Hey everyone, happy Lunar New Year. One frustration that I hear from a lot of business owners is this. It's so confusing to know whether I pull the money out of the corporation or whether I leave the money in the corporation. If I pull it out, I'm going to pay all this personal tax. If I leave it in and I invest it into passive investments, I'm going to pay all this corporate tax. So what do? Both of the tax rates are more or less 50%. So how do I avoid losing that 50%? Again, an analogy is essentially, what are we going to choose? Are we going to choose the frying pan, or are we going to choose the fire? That yellow. You give me a sec just to color that for you, make it a little more interesting. So essentially that's your choice. Am I going to be in the corporation here, in the frying pan? Or am I going to move the money down into the fire, which is our personal tax rate? Sorry, 53.5% personal tax rate, or am I going to keep it in the corporation and pay the 50.67% tax rate? So we're both around 50%, a lot of money to pay on our investments. How are we going to deal with this? So we've got tools in both. In the business, we've got corporate tax strategies. And then personally, we've got government programs, right? Like RSP and TFSA. So essentially, this is what we got to help ourselves out. We've got some corporate strategies that we can put in place, or we've got some government programs that we can use to help us as well. So that's the choice. So that is my answer to the choice, actually. Our choice originally was stay here in the frying pan or jump out into the fire. So essentially, what we'd want to do instead, of course, is figure out a way that we could reduce this heat so the frying pan is not so hot, or that we had some way of maybe still being hot, but not jumping right into the fire, maybe a little bit beside it. So how do we mitigate the fact that we're in a frying pan right now and the only place to jump is into a fire? Oh, well, we find some places that we can jump that aren't so hot, and we cool down the temperature in this frying pan. So I hope that's not a little kind of esoteric for you guys. I hope it makes some sense. Of course, I'm always available if you want to chat with me. I'll leave my contact information below, and we can talk about this dichotomy that's always in the minds of business owners who've got some funds in their corporation. Thanks a lot. We'll talk to you tomorrow.